Hi to everyone. Today I'm gonna rebuild my PC in this brand new Phanteks Evolve ATX with tempered glasses. I have all my stuff in place, if you can see. I will water cool the processor, but this time I'm not using the usual soft tubes, but I will do with acrylic tubes. You can see. First time that I hope I will not do a mess, but we will try. And the stuff is not the last Ryzen AMD, but is FX 9370 with a Sabertooth 990FX. I have a MSI GTX 1070. I have radiators. I have the fans from Cougar. I have a Thermaltake for 1.35 kilowatts, a Thermaltake ring RGB, and a pump, all together from AK water blocks. Let's start. Let's take apart the case to the chassis. Okay, I already removed the tempered glasses, and I continue removing the front. It is pretty easy, you see, on the Phanteks. They came away in this way. This is the filter, you see. I'm just using a camera on top, so I have my hands free, but I hope you can see it good. Then I remove the top. There are just 2 screws here and 2 on the front, so it's pretty easy. And let's start putting the radiator. It's a 3-fan radiator, and the fans. And we use those screws so they pass through the fan and catch the radiator. So I jumped over with all those screws, so I show you directly the 3 fans, the Cougar fans, that are just installed, and beside you see the radiator is going even to the end, so there is not much more space here. And now I think it's the good idea to put back the motherboard. So your time. Okay, so first I put back the water block. It's better to do it now, and usually I use the Arctic Silver 5 as a thermal compound. So let's put some of this. It's easy. You don't need them so much. Then with a piece of plastic like this, I usually bring it around, so going too much to the edges is not needed. It's fine if you go to almost all the parts, but when the water block push, the stuff will go completely around. So that's back in place. When you put back some water blocks, usually it's kind of homemade stuff, like I did. So here we go. It's in place. Now got some springs. Four springs here. And those screws that you can put by hand, so it's easy. With the springs, it's not needed to tighten them up too much. Stuff like this, so I feel it's already pushing, and this way we're ready. Now let's lean back the PC and put it back. Okay, so now the motherboard is inside. I just have to screw it, so it's just to show you better the installation of the water block. So because with the front camera maybe it's not a good deal, so this is how it's coming. Now I screw back everything and let's continue with the stuff. Okay, now the pump. Here we go. Pump is on a bracket from AK water blocks, and it's pretty cool because you can put it on a fan. In this case, I put it on the radiator. Just to be sure of the space that I have, I put back my video card, and the pump is coming here. This way. This way, like that. So my only concern is that when you have to drain the water with the rigid solid tubes, acrylics, how you do that? I mean, you cannot flex them and you know, put water outside. So I was thinking to use a three-way on the exit and a drainage hose. Let me show you a second. Let me take the stuff. Hold on. So now, after several attempts, I got it. I want to have two ways. One, you see, is going back to the processor. Okay? This other way, they do these messy things, is to drain out the water if you need to flush the water away. So, you plug in this, you see, those are the CPC company plugs. Those works like this. You see, you plug them, is a no spill. Hold on. Here we go. You plug, you flush, then you click and you can take it over, and this is not spilling water anymore. I hope it works, because later, when the system is ready, we will do a test. Now let's put it together. In this way, the pump goes here. Maybe it's a little bit darker. Maybe it's a little bit dark, but see, the pump is here when it's mounted. See? And to the other side, you see it's coming out the hole where this one is going, like this way. Maybe I can drill the little plate, this one. I can drill inside, so let's see what's going on. Now I drilled a hole in the plastic. You see? You can see it. And the pump have this system, this idea. I know it looks messy, but at least it's doing what I want. So the pump is going in this position. Yeah, and here you see from the hole coming out. Where is it? There we go. So it looks much more clear doing this. Let's see how it's okay, so now the pump is in place. Looks even pretty clean. You see? But it's over here that the system comes out back to the processor. This other one goes up to the radiator, and this one, here we go, comes out and have a drainage. Later we will test it. I hope it's a good idea. Now let's get back with all the stuff inside. So, let's start with the ram sticks that I paint them because they were red, absolutely. So if you have to do the new hose, it's better to have an idea of the spaces that the stuff is occupying. There we go. One. Just to keep clean stuff. More than we can do. I know, guys, I'm trying to do my best. I know that maybe something that I'm doing is wrong, but you can say it in the comments or whatever. I have even a funny thing to show you now that I created with a 3D machine. Just a second and I show you. It's regarding the video card and the powering, the power cables. I never like it, the power cables that goes to, there we go. No, we're not, there we go. Hold on. This one, now it is. Now the package is in. Huh? What you think? Maybe it's not the best computer in the world, but it's coming out nice. Now I'll show you what I want to do. Here we go. The video card up in here. Let me put a screw on it because it's kind of heavy, this video card. The 1070 is a 1.5 kilograms, so it tends even to bend a little bit. Need maybe a bracket that keeps on. Anyway, usually the cables comes from here, go down this hole, in this case because we have this, or down to the PSU. But I have another idea. I built this. Let me show it with the phone. So what is it? It's just, I call it the J connector. It keeps the power from here, it turns from here. So when you put it on, now with one hand it's a little bit difficult, you got the cable straight back instead of on front. But let me mount it with the two hands because with one hand it's a mess. See it? I always think that giving a logo is impressed MSI. It's all printed with 3D machining. I personally designed the idea inside is just like two extension cables shortened. Okay, so here we go. That's it. No more cables around. Just a link to the back. Here you go straight where the cable's going, and it looks clearer, I hope. I even built the cable. You see, this is a sleeved cable. I even put a little LED here, so it looks like electronics. Powered with 5 volts. Let's see how it looks. Huh? Now I mount it. Now, this is just to give you an idea of how it looks like after some work. I put it back, the Thermaltake RGB fan. There here the stripe with the RGB lights, and it's just to give you an idea of the messy cables. There is a lot of job when you're cabling, especially, and you can even change the color. You see, unfortunately, the controller of the fan is came in here, so when you close it, you choose the color you want, but then forget about it, because you cannot open here always all the time, you know. But I think it will leave it white. And there is another thing. I bought this. This is Mayam's Uvu Blue. This is a concentrate that you have to do with the distilled water, and they claim to be ultraviolet. So let's see if it is, because here I have some ultraviolet tubes. The best way is to turn off the lights a second and see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to do it. You see? Yeah, it's UV. Now it's not the best way to see it, but it looks that it makes his job. Yeah, right. Those are coming up. Will come up here inside, obviously. And with the lights off, let me find them. I think it will do a good job with the light. Let's go over. So right now I'm a good point. I mean, the PC is almost finished. You see inside the pump and everything, cables, especially on the other side, was a big job, really. I can tell you guys, to put together all those cables. There is even a hard drive over there. I don't know if you see it. It's, well, it's under there. There is the big one. There is a small one on top. And now there is the second part. We have to do the tubes. Here we go. Those are all tubes and like a toolkit from XSPC, as you can see it here. The purpose is to warm up, and then with this one, in this way, you see, you flex them at the angle that you want. Will be a drama to do, but I hope I will not do a mess. I will make this following the instructions on the next part of the video, the second part. So thanks for watching right now, for now, sorry, and see you in the next video So we finished the job. Thank you, bye. Ciao a tutti.